Welcome to CypherBeast TV. We just did a cross collab with Bboy Domkey on his Twitch live stream where we discuss and chop it up about the Breaking Olympics and other related topics. I'm your host, Tony47, and enjoy this episode.
Okay, if you guys don't know, I did say that I was going to be doing like a slight, small interview with CypherBeast tonight. Tony, if you want to, well, I don't know if you want me to, if you want to go by
Oh, you good?
CypherBeast or Tony or, just,
Yeah,
you
for
can
sure.
introduce yourself and like
Yeah.
explain a little bit about CypherBeast and everything, like you can plug away all you want.
Yeah, for sure. So here on CypherBeast TV, that's the content, the channel. I'm your host, Tony47. I'm out here in Portland, Oregon. I've been breaking for almost 18 years now, like off and on, right? Out here, I have throne jams, I have wand jams, I have judge jams out here in Portland, Oregon. But for me to be out in the scene, going to other countries and states and stuff, it's still fairly new to me. I've been out to Seattle, Vancouver, BC, but as I was learning, I haven't really paid my way through the states and stuff. And so through content and through talking to you and other people that have been in the game doing things, kind of created a whole content through like podcasts. Hey, I really want to know your experiences. I really want to know your journey, because your journey is different than mine, different from whoever that we run into and talk to that's been out there. And so I think me doing this, I learned a lot so far and super excited to keep growing and doing this and going to jams to make it more exciting, because as I'm getting older, there's only so much moves I can learn and do and having fun with it. But through content, heck yeah, dude, it's like it feels like
I feel like we're all in that category as we get older.
Yeah, I know, right?
So then like for everything with like the site, okay, so also for anybody joining up, like this isn't me interviewing him, this is technically Tony interviewing me. I'm just deciding to go live tonight as well. I figured I'd might as well do like a little Q&A if anybody is also wondering the same things that Tony's gonna ask me as well. Just knock it out. I'll probably, there's a possibility I will get off, but then I'll get back on to watch some like IBE and like House of Dance stuff, depending on how long the interview goes for. I mean, you guys know breakers can talk for 10 minutes or they can talk for 3 hours. So either way, yeah, we'll just see how it goes. If anybody is also watching that, you can let us know that you guys can hear us good. Ola House of Dance was fire. Was it? That's sick, because I saw some clips and it looked really dope. So that's why I wanted to kind of check it out. But yeah, I mean, Tony, you are the interviewer, so take it away.
Yeah, most definitely. And in the previous episodes, we actually did one. We chopped it up and kind of got your Oregon stories through that episode. And today is kind of like us chopping it up. Definitely want to run by with you with like talking about a little about the Olympics that happened last week, and then this week is huge event happening, IBE, right? But I think we'll do a recap on that another time. I know you're gonna be talking about it later down today, but for today, definitely want to run it by. There's crazy moments that happen during the Olympics in the breaking, right? Which is everyone's talking about right now, which is the ray gun. I definitely want to hear your thoughts and your thoughts about that. I saw actually currently this past yesterday and Saturday, a UFC. I forgot her name, but a gal won, and she actually did her emote after her celebration, which is the ray gun. She did some of the, the kangaroo hops, they'll tap her legs on the floor, sweep it, and tap her legs. So I thought it was pretty interesting that that moment that just happened last week, she used it towards that. So creating the meme and the dance, like I seen videos with actually Fortnite kind of mimicking it, not the actual moves, and so on and so on. I'm sure there's like Roblox. I'm sure there's so much other things that happen, especially if you're surfing through like social media. There's all kinds of memes out there. And do you think this became a lot bigger? I mean, it's worldwide, right? And so I see there's so many different things that in my mind going through it. So, what are your thoughts around? Did you see the UFC? Her celebration? You did? Okay.
Yeah, I saw it. I mean, yeah, I obviously like I think anytime there is another meme that comes out, somebody is sending it to me like in my DMs, and I'm just like, all right, dude. Like, I think okay. So here's my thought process of it. I mean, obviously, I've been posting videos on this and like talking about the conspiracy theories and everything that's been going around. All in all, though, like, okay. First, I want to say this, like, if I am like sounding like I'm coming to the defense of like her skill level or like everybody needs to stop, like bullying, like guys, I'm not saying anything about her skill level. Like we're all breakers. Like we all go through this like breaking. Like if you don't do good, even if you do good, you have people talking, shit about you, right? Like all the it's just what it is. Like that's what breaking I wouldn't be who I am today if people weren't talking shit about me, right? It's just it is what it is. Um so like, when I'm trying to be honest with people when I do bring any of this stuff up, and I'm not like white knighting for anybody. I'm not trying to say, guys, she was amazing, because like we got to be truthful, like she wasn't that good, right? We got to be truthful. Like out of everybody that was at the Olympics, like she was definitely just not up to standard for it. I'm not trying to dog on her or anything. Like it is what it is. I'm going to be honest about it. I think more people are upset with the fact that she was at the Olympics than who she really is. You know what I mean? Like if she wasn't, if she never made it to the Olympics and all the spotlight wasn't shown to her and she was just in Australia winning jams and like doing what she had to do, she would have just been a normal B girl like any other B girl is in the entire world, right? Like nobody would have been like, oh, I saw this clip of this Australian woman like breaking in Australia. Let me make it go viral. Like, no, it got viral because it was at the Olympics and she was there for it, right? And people are wondering, how did something like that get to it, right? From 4K to 188,000 followers. Just checked her in. Yeah, it went viral, right? And like, I can see people saying like, hey, this is a good thing. It's a spotlight on breaking. I'm gonna be honest, just personally, from my opinion, I don't think it's a good thing. I think it's fine that like, people again, like this is for anything. It didn't have to be breaking. It could have been for any sport. Like people that don't break, they made a meme out of it. It went viral. Now and probably forever, when you think back to the Olympics of 2024,
Right.
she will be talked about before the winners will be talked about. That's just, it is what it is. Like, that's what's going to happen. Like, everyone is going to remember that situation, right? And it's a meme and it's a joke. So when we think about breaking in 2024, we're going to think of it kind of being a joke in a way, right? It's just what it is. On top of it, it's kind of messing with the scene right now, like I don't think people realize what's happening, but I talked to some people from Australia and I talked to some other people that around the globe about the situation, because I've been getting DMs about the situations going around there at their local scenes and whatnot. So like some things I've heard are kids in their schools for like breaking classes and shit, they're being bullied now, like, which is fucking bad. Not good. It's gonna make them quit. So everybody being like, this is gonna draw more people in. Like maybe it'll draw more people in for like viewing, but like it's also hurting the community as well. That's just one little part of it though. Like then we go on to like, I heard funding is being pulled from people's events that they're trying to throw because people don't want anything to do with their events, right? So again, like this isn't really all a good thing. Like it's a joke. Maybe it's getting a spotlight on breaking, but like how many people are actually going to dig into breaking, be like, you know what? Let me give breaking a chance and dig deeper and see how cool breaking is. Most people see the clip, they share it because it's funny. That's about it, right? Like, so part of me is like, cool, it got spotlight, it got eyes on breaking, and I still think it has eyes on. I don't think this is over yet either, because I know she's still in Europe. And when she gets back to Australia, the media is probably going to go at her. You know what I mean? Like, again, hey, it is what it is. Like, or skill wise, no, I don't really think she was like, you know, the top tier of like all breaking B girls. And I think that's what everybody's issue is she was at the Olympics representing B girls. She wasn't the top tier, which is why I'm getting like, this isn't a B girl. Like this is a, you know, like she's like. Sorry, something fell upstairs. This is like, you know, she's an embarrassment to all B girls everywhere, and it's just like, dude, like, relax. Like, it's like more people are flipping out over her being there than she was as a fucking B girl.
Right. And they wouldn't even know of her unless she was on that stage too. And so, yeah.
And also, sorry, I'm gonna
go for it.
Kind of like just answer somebody's question over here because I think it kind of plays into this. In my opinion, her performance was whack. How come every influencer is able to copy her moveset? I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. There's a lot of fucking dope b-boys out there that an influencer can copy their moveset. No offense to Flea Rock or anything, right? I'm just bringing this up as an example. Flea Rock went out, he brought out pistols and he started shooting his feet, and everybody lost their shit, right? Any influencer can do. Just imagine if an influencer saw a b-boy that everybody liked, and then everybody's gonna have to defend that b-boy. It'd be like, nah, you guys just don't understand. This is style. This is style. Like, nah, dude. That's like, I don't want to hear like anybody, because anybody can do top rock, dude. I teach top rock in 6 steps to like ballerinas in dance classes. You know what I mean? Like, her performance was not good for breaking. I'm gonna say that. But giving it a reason of like an influencer can do it, dude, anybody can do anything in breaking. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not angry at you. I'm just trying to explain.
That takes time and experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
anyways,
funny,
that's how I feel about it. Yeah. That's just how I feel about it.
Yeah, and definitely, you know, in the play with that, it's also, you know, how you're rocking the beat, right? But on the Olympic
exactly, and
level,
I think like
it's tough.
I do agree that like kangaroo hops, why would you ever do that? You know what I mean? Like, like I get where her mind is. At the same time, I'm like, dude, like, come on, like,
isn't that like they're meant for Australia? The kangaroos known out
there.
No,
I get it. That's what I mean. I get it. But like, come on, man, we're on the Olympic stage. Like, to top it off, like the sprinkler. Why would you ever? Like, that's, dude. I'm so sorry, but like I can't. You know what I mean? Like,
if she was doing the kangaroo, I feel like she should blow it up right after, or like, you know what I mean?
Like, dude, you got to be able to back it up. You know, you got to back it up. So if you're gonna sit there and like yawn, like, to be fair, that's the b-boy community's fault as well, to have that like b-boy like, I got this shit, you know, the fake attitude, which is what I've always been against. Like, don't fake it, because once you have to back it up, what's gonna fucking happen? That happens, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so boring. Check out my kangaroo hops. Like, no, dude, it's not working. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. As we're getting more into it, I definitely, some of the stuff I ran into recently, which is you know, the UFC, right? The champion. She did her taunt, and then also on one of her interviews, she like mentioned, she's like, oh yeah, now I could be in the Olympics. You know? Like,
yeah.
You see that everywhere.
Yeah, and which is why it's like, and that's kind of the bad part about breaking. Like, it's like you have to be part of the scene to like really have a full understanding of like just what we are, you know? Like, I can't explain it, right? It's easy to mimic a move, right? But that's what separates breaking from like normal people just doing shit, right? And that's when I'm saying like a kangaroo hop, dude, anybody can do a kangaroo hop. Now, anybody can do like a 6-step or like Indian step, but like you finesse with it, right? So if you're gonna do a kangaroo hop, you gotta finesse with it and like add it into your style, or else you're just doing a fucking kangaroo hop. So it's like, yeah, I don't know.
Do you think, because it was round robin, right? She was probably at like what, 8 to 10 rounds gone through already, roughly? Do you think possibly she probably, you know, spaced out on moves?
No, I don't think so. Because she, I mean, she said herself in the I don't know if it was like after an interview or something, but like she said herself, like, oh, I wanted to show a little bit of Australian flavor, you know, like I wanted to, but like that's not the way you go about it, you know, like there's just man, I
Yeah, I
don't
think
know.
there's
I've just a part of me feels like the b-boy scene is like also, you know, a fact. Not only that, dude, but like part of me is kind of like, hey, that's like if you go to a normal jam, like you're probably gonna see shit like that. And like that's what I mean, where I feel like people are more upset that she made the Olympics because you see shit like that all the time at jams. Like
right.
so I
Yeah.
think people are more upset that she's at the Olympics versus like her just doing kangaroo hops. Like I
Yeah,
don't
they
know.
were looking. It's an Olympian level, right? They want to see things that
Exactly,
unhuman
exactly. And I
possibly
think
they can do and stuff like
yeah,
that.
and people are more like, how did you get there? I can't believe this. And then people are like, oh, I could be in the Olympics. Well, like, I mean, people can mimic like half the moves that people were doing out there and could be like, I can be in the Olympics. I don't know, man. All I'm saying is like after this week, I'm hoping to like not fucking touch this subject again.
Yeah, I know. It's starting to get stale. I
It
actually have
is.
like people I work with and coworkers or whatever that are like
Me too.
bringing it. I'm like, oh,
And it's the
dude.
reason why I talked about the conspiracy theories
You
because
know.
I sat in work, I think on like Wednesday, and one of my like higher ups was like, yeah, man, did you hear? Like the kangaroo girl, like her husband was the judge.
Oh, right.
I was like, you better shut that fucking mouth.
Or like LA Games wasn't approved because of her. You know, I'm like,
dude, that's the other one. And that's
come on.
hard to come across because it's so easy to blame her for it because we all know that everybody's like it's a mock it's a joke, right?
Yeah.
And it's so easy to just throw it on her when like, dude, come on, like it's been discussed last year that it was already gonna go.
Yeah, I wonder down the road though, like, do you think any of these like video games will create a emote out of that, and like
They
is she
will,
gonna
dude.
get
100%.
like
Fortnite,
you know incentive to that, right? That'll be like
yeah,
insane. Who knows, right?
yeah.
But
Dude, she's so wild, man. I would have never. It's another thing I continue to think about, man. Is like 4 years of like, or 3 or 4 years, whatever it's been since like breaking was announced in the Olympics, and all this fucking build up. Everybody like working so hard and like trying to like, yo, man, like we got to make sure we're on point. We got to make sure we're fucking set, right? Everything is like fucking solid, and then it's literally this is technically nobody's control, right? Because everybody's so worried about b-boys like being responsible because we're always late or we act like fools everywhere. Like everybody was so focused on that, and then that happened. I would have never guessed in my entire life. Like if somebody put me in the future a day after the Olympics and I'm like, let me just see the day after the Olympics what's happening, I would have never fucking guessed what's happening right now. Shit is wild.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it is. It is. I think also another one I saw that was pretty funny. It was a windshield wiper. I don't know if you've seen that.
Dude, I did. I saw that.
They had their Oh gosh, it's comical. It's funny right now.
And then I got another question in the chat that said, "Are people higher up at least noticing the rest of the event, or is it the main topic only ray gun?" I'm gonna be completely honest with you. The main topic is ray gun, and then they don't care about talking about anything else. Just being honest. That's literally what it is.
Yeah, I've seen some other videos. A 14-year-old China doing like a diving event, and he broke like a bunch of records or something there and got gold medal. And then people in the audience, since he was 14 years old, he loved like Teenage Mutant Turtles and stuff, and they're throwing toys at him.
That's it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I was like,
sick,
oh, that's
dude.
cool. Okay.
Yeah, man. Kids are crazy, man. Kids can do some amazing things. I think I just watched some little kid. He had to be like 10 years old or something. He did like I think 7 one-handed air flares in a row. Or maybe it was like 5 one. And I was just like, dude, it's next level shit.
That is the amount of the involvement that's going to
which is also funny because I know
Oof.
like how people say like they talk about ray gun and they're like, oh, this is stuff my toddler can do. But then you see an actual toddler doing one-handed air flares and you're like, I know a toddler can do that.
Even
probably
air flares, I'm like, whoa, that's impressive. Gosh, it's crazy. If you've seen like, I recently saw Bboy Wato at Freestyle Session last night. I actually never heard of him, never seen him.
Oh, dude, he's nasty.
And I was like, wow, this guy,
amazing.
It's crazy good.
Yep, dude, amazing. Yeah,
man, dope. Let's move on to another highlight. I thought you saw the live event Hero 10 I think
Yep.
he saw, he was going against Victor, and he knew he wasn't gonna make it into the bracket, and he went off, um, going throwing down like hard down his power moves, pretty much laying whatever he can on the floor, and the emotion he had, through it, if you can feel it. I felt it through the through the live screen, to the television, right? And I think it's pretty cool that he did that, and he went down hard and got that emotions out. What are your thoughts
Um, yeah, I mean,
on
if
that
I'm gonna
moment?
be honest, like out of the whole event, that was probably like personally, that was probably the most emotion. I was like, dude, he's like going through it right now. Like, as in, like, this is like he like you could tell as soon as he stepped out. You're like, I was like, damn, did he just like that's it? It's done for him. And then you saw him, like, you saw it in his face, and you're like, fuck, man, like I feel for you. Like, it was definitely emotional. You know what I mean? Like, and then it's something
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Not to sound corny or anything, but it's like something straight out of like a movie,
Right. Yeah. It's like
like,
some glider. Hey, it's for the Olympics going down
yeah,
and
yeah, 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 like
last man
crying and
surviving,
like
or
going through it. But dude, he returns to shit, man. He's so sick. So like,
yeah.
I mean, win or lose, like, again, like that's what it's about. It's like, win or lose, like you make a statement out there, and like, yo, you ripped it. Maybe you didn't win gold, maybe you didn't win a medal or whatever, but he's gonna be definitely one of the most remembered people, like, out of the
Oh
Olympics.
yeah.
At least for
Yeah,
me, he
most
is. Like,
definitely.
yeah. But
Yeah,
I think
even
I mean, it's sick. That's just what breaking is. It's I think he put it. All eyes are on breaking. Man, it fucking sucks that this ray gun thing took over, because like that probably would have been like a highlight, like, thing for. I know as soon as it happened,
right.
everybody was like, "Well, this is gonna be on social media." I'm not even kidding you. It was like 5 seconds. Five
Oh
seconds. I
man.
opened up Instagram to check,
Uh-huh.
and the Stance already like had their video up. I was like, "That was fast."
Yeah,
Definitely
I saw a
take
few
advantage of the
things
views coming out of that. Yeah.
popped up, and I was like, "Oh, okay, whatever." Next thing you know, the next day I'm like, "What?" Like, it's like almost everywhere. Like, it's
Yeah.
just getting pushed out everywhere. It's crazy. It was crazy. The Hero 10 moment is great. Yeah. A lot of them, hopefully it comes out, even the winners, the gold medalists and stuff that won bronze, silver, even people on the stages, right? Hopefully they get more shine and more notice upon that. But I guess we'll see down the road
Yeah.
once this kind of fades out. But who knows when? I don't know. Something
know,
will pop
dude.
up. It pops up all over again. Who knows?
Dude, I'm just I don't know. In my head, it's stuck like Gundam style. You know how like Gundam style was like in for a while, and then like it faded out, and then
Hope.
now like years later, it's like if you make that joke, you're like a fucking yo man. You're like, wait, but like it's like cringe. Like, I hope just like 2 years down the line or something, like people are breaking and people are like, oh, you're breaking, like it's kind of cringe. Like, what are you doing? Like,
It's you popped into my mind. Like, do you think we're gonna see that, like, people just kind of mess around like at jams and doing
100%,
like
100%, and that's
kangaroo
another
stuff?
like.
So
I don't know. People think it's funny, and it's already like cringe to me. Like, it's already cringe to me. People are doing it. I know for a
yeah.
fact. I'm gonna be at a jam. Either people are gonna compete and do it, and obviously people are gonna be like, "Oh my god, this guy's hilarious," or I'm gonna be at a jam or like an outside park or something. Like, you know how like jams are like, it's kind of like everybody's involved. You go to like it's like an outside jam and you're like drinking beers and like people can come and watch and shit. There's definitely gonna be outside people coming in doing kangaroo hops in the circle while
gosh.
everybody's like trying to
I
break.
see
Like,
it
it's
in
just,
my mind right now.
I get it. Like, it's like they're being part of the they're not part of the community. I just mean like they're trying to have fun with us, but at the same time, I'm just like, fuck, man, like, tired. I'm already tired of it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
everyone's
Like,
all gonna
yeah,
push them away. Get out of here,
I
man.
just I already can see the like white dudes like jumping in the circles, like in like full like button up shirts, being like, ugh. I'll be like, dude, come on, dude.
I know they'll come
I'm
by,
already
sing
mad
some
about it.
street shows. Oh yeah, you guys are breaking. I'm gonna let
Oh,
me
you
do
guys
a
are
run.
breaking? Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
they bust out
exactly.
some
Yeah,
ray
yeah,
gun
yeah.
stuff, right?
Come on, guys, I could do it. Like, fuck, man,
Yeah.
ruined.
Yeah, I think at the end of it, it's gonna just be, I don't know, just I think it's gonna be funny, to guess.
I hope so, dude. I really fucking hope
Yeah.
so. I think I just feel more for the communities right now going through it with like the
Oh, for
funding
sure.
being pulled and shit. Like, and then the conspiracy theories are not helping it because like also the people that are funding events are also they're not doing research into it. They're just hearing what like the feedback is from like the community and negative feedback if there's something involved with the fucking conspiracy theories and they're not true, still being spread around. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard. I only time's gonna tell. You know how people were like, "Oh, wait until after the Olympics." You're gonna probably have to wait like 6 months or so until you start seeing like people getting sponsorships and shit. At this point, I'm waiting for the memes to die off before if breaking is actually gonna make a comeback from it. So, I mean, breaking's breaking.
Right.
No matter what, I'm still gonna fucking break. I'm just talking about like the general public's view of what breaking is now. So.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's not gonna stop it. Like this weekend, IB is still going on.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks later, I think there's like probably a Red Bull coming out in December, the World Finals. Everything will just keep doing what it's doing. Our freestyle session coming up in November.
Yeah, I think all the jams are going to
stuff,
be all the jams are going to be the same. I don't think anything in the breaking community is going to change, at least for us.
Oh yeah, it'll
I just
keep
think
doing what's doing.
Or like this is either like people were interested and it's going to keep them locked in and they're going to be like, all right, let's keep checking breaking out, or it's people checked out what breaking was about and they saw it was ray gun and now they're like, it's a joke, why do I even want to continue to watch this shit? Or like I was even saying like, if I'm watching the Olympics and I'm like, yo, I want to get invested in like another like hobby or like something to like get involved with, like if all I saw was ray gun for breaking and I was thinking about getting into breaking and everybody's making a joke out of it, I'm not getting into breaking. What the fuck would I do that?
Yeah, right, like you're saying,
just being honest.
The youngings, right, getting bullied.
Yeah, I mean, if I was like
bought it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if I was like trying to get into skateboarding and somebody made a meme out of like a skateboarder or something, I'd be like, no, why would I do this? I do not want to be laughed at. Especially when breaking is like everybody's always like, dance the way you want to dance. You create, be original. And then people are seeing that after like I mean, to be fair, it's definitely not what you're supposed to do. But when you hear about it, I think a lot of people are also going to be afraid of being more critiqued nowadays about being like created, because I think people are going to be a little bit more like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. You might be the next Olympic ray gun or something, some bullshit like that. So
yeah, yeah, you definitely. I think all over the world, the people are going to joke around about that, especially. Yeah, I feel I can see it in my mind now about like little kids, middle schoolers and stuff, joking around, but then it'll get to So it's never gonna die. It's just gonna keep going on. So until the next big viral thing happens or something, and then it'll probably get forgotten, but it'll still be there.
Profo1 is saying the brands did love it. Is there like proof of that? I'm just curious on like are the brands like coming out and being like, oh my god, let's start sponsoring breaker?
I saw a thing with Odell, the artist. She said she loved it. She thought she loved
I saw she like
so.
stopped her concert, right? She like stopped her concert and like
that.
Yeah. I saw that video too. I was like, oh shit. But yeah, I don't know, man.
Profile's on. What's up? The trades, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we just did the little thing with Profo.
Yeah, that's tight.
Profo said he can't speak on it. Oh, I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. Listen. All right. I guess
maybe
we'll wait and see.
Kango brand or something. Who knows? I don't.
I would say I would have high hopes for it, but this situation's not over yet. She's not even back in Australia yet. Once it's over, then I start seeing like brands start like sponsoring people. I'll be like, all right, Profo, I see you. But as of now, it's in my pocket.
I'll probably release it this week though. I had to actually talk about with Friction on Break Street Media, talking about some of the rig, and we're talking about like people, how the popularity of her going viral. Do you think like people would actually pay her to be like an event because you're gonna capture so many people?
Dude, that would be wild.
Of that name, right?
That would be
so
wild.
She's making a revenue out of that way just to be at that club, or just like some
Yeah. That would kind of be wild, like to get into that, like if she's getting flown out for shit versus like
like
just like normal
the
breakers
Hawk
and
Tui
shit.
stuff, right? She got
Dude,
flown
yeah,
out.
yeah, dude, that'd be
doing
so
things.
wild. Holy shit! What
You
if she
know?
becomes like the most famous out of any? She's technically almost the most famous right now.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. Like, you got MMA fighters like mimicking her. Like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, everyone in the whole world knows who Ray Gun
yeah,
is.
yeah. Oh man.
Dope,
I don't know, man. It's like I want to be hopeful for the future. I'm just like I'm in that middle ground right now where I'm like I don't want to be too hopeful. At the same time, I'm not gonna be as low as breaking's not over, but it's not in the best situation right now. We can talk about like brands loving it and shit, but guess what? Public view wise, everybody thinks majority of people are taking this as a fucking joke. So that's the way I see it. I mean, at least 90% of the people when I go out, my family, my friends, my coworkers, breaking's a joke right now. And to me, that's what matters. Is anybody out there? I don't give a fuck about the brands. I don't give a fuck about corporations. Like, personally, to me, like, I look like a joke. Well, not I look like a joke. I think most people like that personally know me. Like, they know, like, they ask me like, "Yo, is this girl good enough?" Because they kind of like probably understand I don't know. At least I look better of a dancer than her. So like they kind of ask my opinion about it, but still, like that's all they talk about. They don't talk about the normal Olympics. They just talk about that.
The hardest thing for me when people are asking me about it is just like, that that happens. You're trying to explain, like I try to keep it very simple to them, but for us or for trying to explain behind the scenes because you're a breaker or a b-boy and trying to figure behind the scenes kind of stuff what's going on, right? And so to explain it to them, they might not get it, and so it's that I think that's a difficult part for me when people are asking about. I'm like, yeah, I know it sucks. She made it. They had to go through a qualifier round, right? Through all this stuff they had to go through, but she made it. I don't know how, but she made it.
Yeah.
Is she the best in Australia? I don't know that scene, so
I don't know either.
So I'm not sure, but
yeah,
but I guess time will tell. I'm sure they're, like you mentioned, they're still going through all the their investigation or something like that. But
yeah, I don't think. Listen, I talked to people from. Hey, Purple, thank you for the follow. Sorry, I'm messing up your interview too, Tony.
Oh, dude, you're good.
Feel free to like edit any of this bullshit out. But I do think like I talked to people from Australia and like, dude, actually one of the petitions is already like it's done. Like they tried to petition for it and they're like, oh, we're having an investigation, and it's already like it's out because of all the misinformation that's on it. Like I just think I don't know, man. There's a lot of conspiracy theories. Like, is there a possibility, dude? Yes, anything is possible, but I don't think so, man. I just literally think the requirements for people to do that jam were a little bit much for everyone to enter, and just with the playing field that was there, she just made it. It's just all it is.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Let's go on to the next topic, but my 2 cents is that I think it's cool to see that the viral part of it. Does it hurt some of the community, and it gets kind of annoying, cringy that the general audience, when they think of breaking, now they're gonna think of ray gun, right? But overall, I think it's giving noise to the scene, more eyes on it, where they could be possibly want to go see deeper into it and maybe actually watch videos.
I see it. That's
stuff like that,
I agree. I see it from both angles, right? I mean, I hear from T. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I hear from both sides of like, I hear from the scene sides where people are telling me about people pulling out for fun. Like Profo said, like the Olympics had a 1.8 billion reach. That's fucking great. But that's not all positive reach, right? You have funding being pulled from events because they don't trust it, right? That's not good. I don't give a fuck about the reach if people are pulling funding from events because it like the joke is reaching people. I don't care that much. Like, but it's putting more eyes on breaking for the positive side. Maybe people are digging deeper. They're seeing what breaking really is about. They're seeing the rest of the b-boys in the Olympics. You know what I mean? Like, it can come out of this. You know what I mean? I just think right now it looks like a joke. And anybody else that's saying it doesn't look like a joke, come on. look at the #1 most talked about thing through fucking all of internet right now is Ray Gun. And it's a joke, you know what I mean? Like, nobody's praising her for how good she was. It's like, it's literally a joke. And I hate to say it. It's like, it just sounds bad. I'm not trying to do the dog pile shit, but like, it is what it is. You know, I'm just trying to be honest. Like, this is where we're at. I think a lot of people are like trying to push it off as like, you know, this is something like super positive, but you know, it's positive in a way, but at the same time, it's kind of bad. Like, you know, so we got to look at it from both sides.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think the only way from where we come from here as a culture and everyone getting involved, it's everything just comes up from here, I think.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping we can like kind of just, which mainly I'm pretty positive we'll get out of the muck soon. I'm just hoping it just ends sooner than later. You know what I mean?
Oh, right. All right. I think this is staying forever. 2024.
Dude, I would. Oh, can you imagine a year from now we're still on this shit talking?
Oh gosh, I'm pretty sure probably will.
Yeah, I'm just. Yeah, like why not just said he's like, we can only go up from here, which is true.
Yeah.
I think we all just kind of got to put our foot forward and move up from it.
Nice, dude. Speaking of that, the DJs. DJ Flag, part of your crew, Lion Zion. Yeah, he was a DJ for the Olympics. They threw some good music. Some original classics for sure.
Some actual music. Yeah.
Yeah. That thing was tight. That was dope. Especially the final track. I was like, oh, bro. They dropped down, the Babe Ruth Mexican. I was heated up when I heard that. I was like, oh, I grew up, I started breaking. That's one of the first songs I heard. And
me too.
And for it to keep it the classic through that was tight. That was tight.
Yeah, shit's dope. Yeah, I think it was great. I think it's it gives an idea of like what breakers break to. It's not this like electro 1980s music that a lot of like the public thinks it is. Like usually when you say breakdance or breaking to like the general public, they think of like electro beats or like freestyle music. Like I think it gave a good understanding. At the same time, I'm still seeing comments on there where it's like, I think I saw one comment where it's like I don't know, it just looked like some random ass like older dude, and he's just like, what's all this jazz music that they're dancing to? What is this bullshit? And I'm just like, damn, man, it's actually just hip hop music. Like there wasn't even like weird like jazzy music. I mean, besides like I don't know, maybe some like a track here or there, but like I just saw people talking, the normal, like, you wouldn't really understand. But they were playing, at least to the breaking community. I think for the breaking community, like, dude, it was a jam. Or not jam, but it was an event. It was a normal breaking competition. Like, you had the host up there. You had everybody up there. Music was just like actually, it was better than a competition because they could play licensed music. You know what I mean? Like, so, yeah, I mean, obviously, like, I think all the breakers were like about it. Like, I think that's one of the best things that have gone through the community has been, they're actually playing breaks and like, hip hop and like regular music during the competition, which is sick.
Yeah, it's mad sick. And the hosts or on the USA side, right? When they're streaming, it was streaming with the commentators, B-Boy Ronnie and Kid David, and listening through them, storytelling the movements and kind of educating at the same time. I thought that was tight. I was like, dude, that's so sick. Like, to do that, it takes some skills for sure, and storytell the general audience of like why we do this, why this freeze matters in the execution.
Yeah, like they did. I'll say this: like, out of any commentator, Kid David is probably that's top tier commentator. I think he did like perfect job at commentating. Sounding professional, knowing his shit, not just like randomly saying a word here and there or like calling moves. Dude, what was the one commentator that it was a couple years ago? He said that he did the head scoop or something. The head scoop scat or something, and it was just a head slide, and like, oh look, it's the head scoop or something. That was a big joke. It was a big meme like years ago.
Oh, was it?
I forget what event it was, but I just remember like I was live streaming it too. This was back when I was live streaming events like that, and
is it a BC one?
Like, Huh?
Was it a BC1 event?
No, I don't think it was a BC1 event because they had like the other commentator that was with them was like a professional, like more like professional-ish. Like he wasn't even part of the community. I think BC1 usually keeps people part of the community.
Yeah.
Scoot on the noggin.
What?
Scoot on the noggin. Yeah, I mean the chat is like typing in like they know what it is. Yeah, hell
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Scoots on the noggin.
I just typed in. I gotta look into this.
Because I was waiting for that shit to happen at the Olympics. I was like, yo, I heard the first day with the B girls,
Mhm.
they had a normal like commentator on there, like a normal, like they had Candy, and then they had a normal commentator, and
Oh,
it was, I
okay.
think it was like a British woman, or I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I don't know if she was British or not.
Right.
Just
No, I was laughing because my brother was actually watching, my older brother, but he doesn't break anything, but he was watching it, and he said he's watching a live stream. He found some stream through online somewhere, and like he's like, this guy, there was some lady talking. He's like, this commentator sucks. Like I couldn't understand her. Like
yeah,
so
yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
pretty
Dude,
funny.
the one there was one of the commentators, and I was like, shit, are we getting this for like breaking tomorrow? Like, are we gonna get like Kid David and then like like just some random like dude who knows nothing about breaking again? Because we're definitely gonna get more scoots on the noggin if we do. Like, it's definitely. And then they were calling like windmills, like I don't know, they were calling like flares windmills or something. Oh, dude, it was so bad, so bad. But Kid David, he held it down. He did good.
Yeah.
I mean, Ronnie did good too. I'm not all props to Kid David, but you know, it's I enjoyed the commentary versus like what I'm usually when they try to do a little bit more professional. Like this was very good, I will say.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Nice. Break it down overall the Olympics in your eyes and your thoughts. How do you think this helps the scene down the road?
I mean, we kind of talked about it.
Yeah,
already a little bit.
You said 8.2 billion or something like that.
1.8 billion, I think.
Or 1.8
said, which is
a
lot of fucking people. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
most
again,
definitely.
I think it would have worked out better if all eyes were focused on breaking versus a meme. You know what I mean? It comes down to what are the eyes on. We can say it's 1.8, but we all know all the eyes are on a meme. Maybe some are on, breaking, but I feel like majority are on a meme to share it around, to be funny, for clout. But it's not saying it's all breaking is like bad. I think this is also a good thing because we got the eyes on us. There are going to be people, obviously, that are going to be invested in breaking. Maybe it's not all of them, but there's definitely going to be people coming out of this like interested in breaking and like how the scene is, digging into like other events, digging into like breakers, wanting to get into it. So like I see it, like I said before, I see it in both ways. I think personally for myself, I haven't really been like a big like breaking in the Olympics. Yeah, breaking deserves to be in the Olympics. You know what I mean? Like I'm just kind of like on the like neutral playground of it. Seeing it in the Olympics, like for me watching it in the Olympics, I felt like I was watching a competition, and I'm just saying personally, I don't feel like it fits.
Right.
Like I think the athletic part fits. I just don't think it fits. Like I don't know. I think like host being in the middle of a stage, like acting, and don't get me wrong, like I think the hosts were great for a competition, right? You have hosts, they're doing the normal thing hosts do, everything ran like a breaking jam. I don't know, man. It's hard for me to see breaking in the Olympics with like, hosts on the stage like acting like goofballs. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to act like goofballs. Hosts act like goofballs all the time. But I'm saying for like something like the Olympics where it's like, I don't know, a lot like sports are looked at as like they're respected, like a little bit more professional, and then like I'm looking at like two hosts on a stage like shaking their knees, like going crazy, and like gold chains, like visually it's just something in my head. It's just a personal thing. I just just didn't look like it fit, other people are gonna have their own opinions. That's cool. I'm not like hating on breaking the Olympics. I just don't think it looked like it fit there. But that's not saying like I'm not saying it's not a good thing for breaking. Like I said, there's positives that are gonna come out of it. I'm just saying, I don't know. Maybe it's the fucking b-boy in me that's like Breakdance is breaking is not a stage like a big stage thing, but I mean this is where we're at. So
Right. Especially if you're so used to coming from jams, and now it's like big higher scale things coming down the road.
yeah, like I get it. Here's another thing, just touch on real quick. I think they did what they did. Like a lot of people were scared for breaking coming into the Olympics. And the b-boy community was like, you're going to ruin breaking because you're going to put it in the Olympics. You're going to change all this shit up, putting this, competition into the Olympics. You're going to make it not hip hop. I think they did make it very hip hop. They put a big boombox there. They put, the breaking circle there. They had the host. You had the DJs there. Like everything was like a normal competition. And I think they played it that way because if they took anything out, then the breaking community was going to be like, why would you take that out? That's part of breaking. Like the hosts are part of breaking. Why would you take their host out? The DJs are part of breaking. Why would you take the DJs off the stage? Like, I think it was like they played it safe where, for the community, which is a fucking awesome thing to do. I just think putting that into the Olympics is just, I don't know. Just personally, it just didn't look like a fit for me. But, I respect for what they did. I think the community should be like, thank you guys for keeping it like a normal breaking competition. That's what it is, right?
Yeah, for sure. Maybe we could see it down the road, like in the X Games or something when that happens. I don't know if they do it out in your town. Over in Portland, they used to do a thing called the Do Tour, where it's like skating, BMXing. I think there's something else. Well, it could have been just those general too, because they did like Bird Street, right? And then I actually was down there. They had us do a performance of breaking, and when this guy, well, I'm the host, I was announcing us out. He's like, we should have here at the Do Tour some breakdancing. And I was like, oh, let's go, do a performance, stuff like that. And thinking it farther down the road to like tell this damn, like, dang, it fits in that category with all them. So I think it'll be pretty cool if something down the road that gets cooked up, after this.
Yeah. I mean, I think X Games did a little bit of things with breaking within the, the previous years. I think like I saw
really?
They had like something, we talked about this on, like I talked about this on stream like a while ago, like maybe like last year or something, but ESPN had like, I mean, even the ESPN stuff right now though, that's something else on top of like the X Games.
Yeah.
But like the X Games had like a breaking like competition, and it showed like the full competition, but I know they had some battles up and shit, but they did like, test the waters with breaking.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how it went. I'm assuming it didn't go that well if they only did it for like a year, but I know they did like test the water. But I think this is gonna like kind of get eyes back on breaking to see like who wants to like test it out again and whatnot.
Yeah, I like how you mentioned ESPN Pro Breaking Tour. They just did an event and it was live stream on ESPN. So hopefully we down the road we see more of that, which it would be tight.
Yeah, and I think they did one last year. They did one this year. So I don't know if they're gonna do it like once a year kind of thing or whatnot. But like, hey man, it's on ESPN. I know like people were like at like bars and whatnot, and they were filming. It was on the TVs like while they were drinking, and like that's sick as shit.
Nice.
I think it's awesome that like you could just be in a bar, look up, and breaking's on TV, like, and you see the people, and you're like, yeah, I know that guy. Like, it's dope.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Nice. Cool. As we're wrapping up here, what do you see down the road with content creating? A lot of things that have been happening with streams, live streams, content creating, not just within break, but as a social media platform. Like you see YouTubers doing vlogs and stuff. Do you there's a few people doing it already in breaking. Do you see that happening more often from since after the Olympics and then tell with content creating?
I don't know. I mean, again, man, it's really hard to judge. Just like if there wasn't this meme situation going on, I would be able to have I feel like I would be able to judge it a little bit better to see like people like like getting more involved in like other shit. The issue is it's just, dude, I'm just flooded with the memes, and it's just like I can't
Right.
I can't see around it. You know what I mean? Like I see little bits and pieces, but it's just like, dude, I can't see around it. So like I don't know if like people are like posting up like or getting more involved with like social media wise. Like I think social media. Again, it's very soon. It's it's been like a week or 2 weeks since like it's happened. So, but I don't know, man. I hope it takes off like any other like sport or whatever, like extreme sport or whatever. I don't know. I just hope it takes off, man. I feel like people. I hope people start to look around the meme and get more invested in breaking and yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to say like content wise because like we've been here for years, you know what I mean? Like breaking's been here for years and nobody's doing. A couple people are, but compared to the whole community, there's only a handful of people that are doing like streaming or like vlogging or I can count like maybe 10 people that do it. I hope people start posting up more and kind of like shedding better light on breaking versus like the dumb meme shit. But again, like streaming content as well is like that's not going to change. You're going to get copyright. It's hard to stream break. I think no matter what, until like something happens where like we're allowed to stream music somehow that's being played at jams. I think that's going to be almost impossible to get through to like make a living off of breaking for like what I mean, what you do is fine because you make your own videos. You don't got to really worry about it. But for me, when I'm streaming events, like, dude, I don't make any money. The only way I make money is if people subscribe or people are like donating to the channel because like any video I do, it's demonetized just because I gotta play the music. And I know like people are like, oh, you can put like fake beats over top of what they're dancing to, but it literally takes away from what people are actually breaking. We watch breaking and we watch dancing to see people interact with the music, that specific music, not like some fake beats over top of it. You're not going to get the effect of somebody actually ripping the song up if it's some random ass song over top of it. So, I mean, we can kind of see that in Rebel BC1 2004, I think it was, where it was a DVD, and because they didn't have licensed music or anything, it was like just them battling with like some like really bad music over top of it, and it was just horrible. You can probably see it on YouTube still. But it was just like horrible looking. And then I think they started realizing, hey, maybe we need to make our own music and shit. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, man, cool, dude. I think content creating, in my eyes, it's still fairly new in the scene. I think we're gonna see more of it down the road. But it's just depending who wants to get involved and gets down into doing that, like being at jams and stuff. But yeah, it might be a difficult situation with the monetizing of the music, copyright
and I know,
strikes
like,
and stuff.
I know, like, somebody just mentioned Smurf in the chat about like spin theory. Dude, Smurf just got hit. He just got striked. He just got copyright strike.
Oh no!
Yeah, he did. He was talking about the Olympics. Like that's what I'm talking about. It's like it's almost impossible to like get around it in some way. Like I still have a strike on me from like last year. I think that sticks with me, or like the beginning of this year, and like I can't do anything about it. Like I'm not gonna fight with like Red Bull or somebody about it. Like it is what it is. Like you take the risk, you take the chance. It's not like I'm making money off of this shit anyway. So, well, besides Twitch, I think Twitch has been the best thing about it because, like, Twitch I can make, like, donations from and, like, I can make stuff from people subscribing and whatnot. But also, I can stream and they're not going to hit me with copyright strikes. Well, I'm not really, like, posting the video, but the lives, like, I'm fine. Like, nothing happens.
Yeah, it takes a lot of work to do it, and you got to really build a brand through it. And then, I guess a little piece, it's been said and done on some of the stuff content, right? So here's like a golden nugget that I have kind of learned or inside me that I from doing like business and like real estate and stuff, right? Is creating it into a business, turning an LLC, and for your channel to create your brand. And then on top of that, not just through your content, but that's why you see a lot of channels have a merch section or affiliate marketing, all this, sectors of a line of business to like, hey, go check out the merch. We're dropping this and this and this. You see that a lot nowadays, just because true supporters will support their brand, wear their shirts, their merch type of stuff, and that creates a revenue sense for you, right? And depending how you want to pull the money back to the merch, back to the audience, so far and so forth. That's just one of the niches, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of other things down the road to create things. It's just figuring out how to do it right. Affiliate marketing is huge. You know, if you have Amazon affiliate marketing, like the mic you have, I'm not sure what brand that is, but like the Shure one, I can talk about it and be like, yeah, check out the link. You'll get,
Yeah.
stuff
That's
like
where I'm
that.
hoping it
So-
can like lead to, yeah. And I think like, dude, I think it'd be just so much easier if we can just head scoot on by like and not get fucking copyright strikes on like anything that we try to do. Like, dude, it'd be so much better if that
Oh,
was
gosh,
possible.
yeah.
It just sucks.
Yeah, that part.
But yeah, I do see like merch coming into play with like people. I mean, that's another thing though. Like, yo, B-boys have been selling their own merch for like, I don't know, years and years and years. But like, just being honest, man,
sure.
most of the community doesn't support their own community. Like, it is what it is. Like, to be fair, like in breaking, we also make fashion a big statement where if you don't look fresh, you know, it's like look good, feel good kind of thing. And if you don't like somebody's gear, you're not gonna buy it. And that just means you're not, you know what I mean? Like, just not supporting. It's just like Dizzy shoes. Like personally, I don't think they look that good, so I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not trying to be an asshole and say I don't want to support you, but like I'm also not spending $150 on shoes that I just don't like to wear. You know what I mean? Like,
For sure.
it's just B-boys are selling merch for breakers, but like breakers also need to be fashionable. So like, I don't know. It's like that's a weird street to go down with it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, I feel you. I totally get it. Yeah, because I mean, they might think it's tight, yes, but then some, general audience might not fit them. But anyways, yeah, man, we can talk about this. There's a whole nother podcast.
I know, dude. We could actually just do another podcast.
So it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, dude. I think I'm gonna wrap it up right here. We're about to hit an hour, 60 minutes here shortly. But it's funny you said Dizzy shoes. These are the only pair.
I know. I saw them behind you actually.
Right?
I started talking about it and I was like, oh, you have shoes.
Yeah. These are the number ones. I actually have another pair. I forgot which one it was called. I think it was a 2-step or something. I'm not a totally fan of those, but the number one's pretty dope. They're cool. They're kind of like the Puma suedes in a sense.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm just not a fan of like the design choice of it. That's all. That's just personal thing.
That's
you
your
know,
preference.
some people don't like Nike, or the swoosh, and some people don't like Adidas with 3 stripe. Like, I'm just not a fan of the arrow. That's it. You know, everybody has their own opinion.
For sure. Yeah. No worries. That's cool. Yeah, dude. Dope, man. I'm gonna wrap it up right here, though. Domkey, thank you for having you on. If people want to get in touch with you, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram. I'm pretty sure it's just Domkey LOZ.
Okay.
Or you can do Twitch. Oh shit! My bad, dude. I'll send you some links later.
Just Google Domkey.
Yeah, Google Domkey, man. You'll find it somewhere. I'm just not into my. I got like my Instagram. I changed one time. I'm just trying to get them like all together. I don't know if I changed it back or not. I don't know. Either way, get out.
Yeah.
You'll find me anyway. You'll see it somewhere. I'll just type in Bboy Domkey and then you'll find a bunch of shit.
For sure. Yeah, dude, that's tight. Definitely had a good time chopping up with you, talking about some of the events that previously happened. Definitely want to recap on a few things later down the road. Yeah, like IB's coming down, a few other jams coming down. So a lot of discussions. Breaking League's coming down. That's actually the August 25th out in Vegas. I won't be there. Breaking Media Friction will be there. But no, that's a lot of jams coming out. I'll be at In the Circle coming up September 21st. That's going to be a real dope one. And the day after is going to be the Undisputed event out in Long Beach, California. I'll be there. Figure out how I wanted to make content through that way. I was actually kind of thinking about doing a live stream with it, but as you mentioned, the music, the monetization, I don't know exactly.
Yeah, man, it's so rough. Like even doing like the in real life live streaming, like bringing a camera with you and like being at the jam, like I always thought about that. Like I know like Joey Chaotic does it like from time to time, but like Joey's like he does like every single day of his life type shit.
For sure.
For me to like just go out to a jam like and record a battle and probably that video is gonna get striked, I'm always like, fuck, like I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah. Because is there a certain cap after you hit a certain amount of cap, you're like you're like done, or you have to wait a certain amount of time to
If you get if you get 3
reset?
strikes, your channel's out. So like as soon as you get a strike, you don't really want to risk it like doing another one. So you got to wait like I don't know, like a week or something. But the strike doesn't just go away. Like you just got to like watch out. So I don't know, man.
But once you get 3, you're out. You don't want.
I mean, it's at least for YouTube. You know, like I think Twitch is usually pretty chill. I could probably get away with it on Twitch more. It's just YouTube is like where you can probably make a steady like at least some type of money from people getting views on your video. But yeah, the issue is with the monetization type shit. So it just sucks. I've like fully accepted it though since I started in like 2019 or something when I was doing it like every other day. I was just like, dude, I can't make money off of this shit.
Yeah.
Unless I do them like tutorial videos, and I ain't going down that road.
Oh, okay.
Like a lot of people do the tutorials, and it's like, this is how you do a flare, and they, you know, obviously you don't need music or anything for it. You can just show how to do a flare or whatnot. But I will not go down that route.
Oh,
I refuse.
Your flares are pretty good, so
well,
who knows?
I'm not teaching people my tricks, okay? No. I'm not a fan of like being like, all right, guys, here we go. Step 1. Like, it's just not my steez of what I want to do on my free time at home. So,
for sure. No, that's cool, man. No worries. Dope, bro. I'm gonna end it right here, though. You can find Domkey. Google him, Domkey, here on Twitch, all social media platforms. CypherBeastTV. I'm your host, 24/7. You can find that all on Google as well. But at CypherBeastTV, and then if you want to follow me for any reasons at 24/7PDX Instagram. Yeah, dude, it was great chopping up with you, Domkey. Let's do this again down the road.
For sure.